What's going on, YouTube?
YouTube?
Bro, we're here with a very special guest, one of my friends, DLG, aka Dave. Dave.
Thanks for having me.
Deliberations.
He don't know.
Please don't do this.
He doesn't know.
What is your full name?
It's Dave De La Garza, and that's where my name comes from.
DLG.
DLG, De La Garza. So.
I like it here. The genesis of DLG. Go.
Yeah, I am a producer, artist, writer, performer.
All of the above. And all.
Don't you start.
No, because I need to say this. This has to be clipped. He's one of the best producers, best musicians, best frontmen, best writers I've ever worked with. Okay? And I need to get that out because it's disrespectful.
Very sweet.
But not just because you're here, but just because like I've worked with you. I work with you.
I appreciate it, man.
And so it's
that means a lot. You're a very sick musician yourself, so it means a lot.
I don't need that shit,
Oh man, no,
but really.
Yeah, so I started just playing classical guitar. Yeah. So that's like the start of my music career, and then classical guitar turned into me, being an angsty teenager and wanting to
metal,
wanting to fucking rock out, and I watched some School of Rock,
yeah,
and I wanted an SG, I wanted a big amp, so
I feel like that's like every guitarist. I do, bro.
I have the amp I still have the same amp I had when I was 13, and I have no use. There's no need for it's just
a Marshall,
it's
triple stack.
It's just like one of the big ass Fenders, and I lived in like a house or an apartment. There's no. I've never turned it past 2. Like, dude.
Sell it. Dude.
Never. Yeah, I've never turned it past 2. I don't want to sell it because I should. I don't know. I like it. It's cool. It's like
Sentimentals. I still have my first drum kit from when I was 10.
Yeah. See. Okay.
And it's just like a Pearl export kit.
It looks cool in the studio.
Yeah,
and that's really all that's all I'm looking for out of it.
It's a vibration.
Right now.
It's okay.
That's all I'm looking for out of it. That's all I need out of it right now. But anyways, it just it kind of snowballed, as these things do. So I just started, liking music and loving music because I loved it, and then it just grows and grows, and you just keep doing it, and people notice, and then you're like, oh, I could release something maybe, and and I don't know how I got here, honestly.
Yeah, because you have a very distinct sound. I'm a huge fan of your sound. Like,
thank you, man.
Not because I play for him. Genuinely great music, but I don't know what to put it in. Yeah. You have like this Questlove swing in some of your songs.
Thanks, man.
Your drum beats are always like.
I'll stop you too, because you said you play. I don't know if people know, but you drum for me for the shows. Yeah, I don't.
I play drums for DLG.
We'll clarify that for that. So we're boys.
Drummer?
We're boys. We're boys and like know each other, but
yeah, but. Like, even listening to your stuff and trying, like, the first gig we ever had, trying to learn your set list and stuff, and I'm listening, like, I'm looking at you as who you are, and then I listen to the music, and it's just like, wait, this motherfucker makes this type of music? Like, it does.
I look that lame.
Well, no, like, I don't even know what I would, you don't look like a pop writer, you don't look like a hip-hop writer, you know what I'm saying? So, but then your music is like a fusion of so much of it.
Well, thanks, man. I think that's just because that's kind of that's what I grew up listening to. You know? I grew up listening
to... Top 3, go. Favorites.
Also, artists? All time.
Yes.
Nirvana?
Whoa.
All time. Nirvana. Probably Anderson .Paak.
Ooh,
and
I see this.
Oh man, dude, like this is just
Silk Sonic. Not really.
No, actually, I like them. Don't get me wrong. You just asked me for like top 3 my whole life.
No, sorry,
this is not me dissing Silk Sonic. This is not me dissing Silk Sonic. But like like Malibu, that album, like really like.
Birdie, the first track.
First track.
Oh.
First track. That track.
I could sit in this yard right now and just listen to that album.
That track changed my life. But like, fuck. Maybe just top 2. you
I actually
top
don't
two.
have anything else.
No. There's so many, bro. Like, there's so many people that have influenced me. Like, I mean, you said Questlove, like
Bro.
the Roots, bro.
Roots
like
is crazy.
Tribe Called Quest. Like, I grew up listening to a lot of that. I grew up listening to like a lot of Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Everything Dave Grohl touches. Queens of the
His
Stone Age.
actual gold.
Queens of the Stone Age. I love Queens of the Stone Age. And like they had like. He had that side project, like them Crooked Vultures. Like I grew up listening to
Vultures.
them. You remember that shit?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. that's a cut?
Yeah, that's a-
But then, dude, also, and then there's like the whole like the MGMT era, and like I loved like
Did they
Fun. You
fall
remember
off?
like Fun?
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't want to.
We'll
say
talk
they
about
fell-
it at
Yeah.
post pod. We'll talk about it post pod. I love
like
MGMT.
Electric Feel.
Here's,
Oh my.
here's the funny thing about them is they like I've heard through like
the grapevine
and the fucking internet that their songs that I know and love them for, and most people know them for, were songs made as almost like a parody of like pop songs, which is crazy because if I could make a song that good as a parody, it would be really cool. I'd be really.
If I did parodies of Taylor Swift, what?
Yeah. But not like a parody. But they were just kind of like okay.
Like kinda like
they were like,
taking-
sure, you want a pop song? Here's a pop song, and then they went
were
with
just
that,
like,
and it was like.
sauce
And it
up.
worked, and it so.
No, that-
But yeah, but a lot of their stuff, like their new stuff, actually, if you listen to a lot of their old stuff, it is the same
Yeah,
band,
yeah.
but the like 3 or 4 songs that everyone knows them for were some of the ones where they just went out there. But,
Absolutely crazy.
yeah, and then like that whole era, like MGMT and Fun, and like, dude, I listen to so much stuff. So I listen to a ton of jazz too. Like that's. I mean,
Do you like the new wave of jazz? What's happening right now? Like
yeah,
with the JD
bro.
Becks
I
and
love
the
Domi and JD
Thundercats?
Beck. I love all that stuff. There's also who I really fuck with. Kendrick Scott Oracle is a dude.
I've only heard of
He's
him.
cool, man. He's like I don't know how like I
I'm
guess
not that tapped in the jazz world.
I'm not either.
Like unless it's like a little bit more. Like the only reason why I even really know JD and Domi is just because they're more like hip hop influenced.
Yeah, they work with like people that we know, like
Yeah,
Kenny
like-
Beats and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. The
but
heavy hitters.
yeah, so I'm definitely not super tapped into the jazz world per se, but I listen to a lot of jazz,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like a lot of that music, and I just listen to a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
So I take a lot of that, and
I feel like that's the era we're in now. Is like we have to listen to everything because many people are like
yeah.
fusing genres,
Yeah.
inventing shit.
Well, and it also just gets, I don't know, gets boring. I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to one. And like a time in your life is so reflected by the music you're listening to. At least for me. So
Yeah.
I think it's just it's fun to pull from all these different times in my life where I'm like listening. I was listening to this, and like maybe I want to like tap.
What is
into
your
that.
filter though? Like you have all these strains of these concentrated strains of these artists
Yeah.
that you're inspired by.
Mm-hmm.
But then even your music, I guess the Anderson .Paak would be the only thing that I really technically see in a sense of like,
As far as like the actual style.
yeah, like stylistically.
I would say like stylistically, three of my biggest influences for what I actually end up making are Still Woozy,
yeah.
Mac Miller,
Whoa.
and the producers surrounding Mac Miller. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
includes like Free Nats and like the Anderson .Paak sphere.
Anderson's whole fucking.
Mac worked with some incredible producers. So
I didn't know how sick Mac was as a producer.
crazy, bro. Like yeah.
He's a sick rapper, but I'm
Nah,
like,
bro.
damn.
Like Larry Fisherman. Like you heard it. Like,
Yeah.
He's got like all these side projects. Like I mean, Larry Fisherman, and then what's the fucking Thomas one? What's his like?
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know what I'm talking about. But
names.
yeah, no, he was an amazing producer and artist. But I think stylistically, Still Woozy, Mac Miller, and then like Toro y Moi.
Yo, Toro, underrated, or he's
hugely
rated?
underrated.
Okay,
I would say that he's underrated, even though he has seen a lot of success. Like,
Even though he is rated, he's
even though
still
he's
under
rated, he's still
the
under.
radar.
That's what I'm saying. I
Because
really
I love when his name pops up. I'm like, yes, dude.
Dude,
like,
he's-
no one's saying it.
he's been a huge influence for me just from a just general career stylistic standpoint,
Yeah,
whereas
yeah.
he is constantly putting out high quality music, like
Every time.
but it's always different, and he's always leaning into a new thing, and he's just kind of, I feel like he's tapping into what he's feeling at that moment,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
really respect. And and everything he puts out is so cool. And like, yeah, you know, maybe you have your favorite project from him, but every new project from him I'm really excited to listen to. And
it's all like still cohesive.
Yeah, still cohesive, and like, yeah, so and I think Mac Miller, a lot of that just comes from like the way my voice sounds. It's kind of gravelly, and so, and also I listen to a ton of Mac Miller records, and Still Woozy as well. Like, just,
dude, Still Woozy's so tough.
Yeah, he's so cool. He's so good, man. Like
that bedroom pop. When,
exactly.
Like 2017, like all these literal bedroom producers just started like, they just start manipulating synths, and then it's just like, oh, it's like airy, but it's also got sometimes has 808s in them. It's like, what the fuck?
It's cool, man, because like I definitely started my production journey as a bedroom producer, like in that.
When did that start?
When did that start? I guess I learned what Ableton was, and
oh, you started from jump on Ableton.
Yeah.
You're a wizard.
No, I mean, bro, I'm very thankful I started. I know a lot of friends that like I've been switching over to Ableton, but my buddy Josh had Ableton, and he showed me how to use it summer after our senior year of high school, so 2015.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's early.
It's early, but like, so we had a little SoundCloud project that we fucked around with.
Like we all did.
Yeah, and it was cool, man. Like I listened to some of the songs, and they're really sick, and Josh is a sick like musician as well, and we made some cool stuff. And then I went to college, and I, like freshman year, probably halfway through, been noodling with Ableton, and that was when I really decided like I wanna start really making some cool songs. I've been listening to, you know, like I think that was around the time, like maybe it was a little later than that, maybe it was like sophomore year, but like the Pink Polo EP with like Medicine, Masego, and like that kind of whole
tough.
Yeah, and it was just like that era of like really cool producers on SoundCloud that I really fucked with, and just this really it was very energizing for me to just discover all these like what felt like really fresh producers at that time, like a sound I'd never heard, and people who were just making shit in their bedrooms with what they had.
Until like Spotify gave them a playlist.
Yeah, right.
And that's when like the Claros and the Woozies and the
which is sick
glows in them, like
bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like that whole wave, bro. I remember when that was like the uproar.
Yeah.
And I was like, where are all these weird sounding people coming from? Because at the time, like 2015 is just like the double XLs, you know, the Uzis and the Cardis are just like really starting to come up and pop up in like mainstream.
I mean, dude, like, you know, that was like that. There was a moment where all of the bedroom producers, bedroom artists had that kind of initial like where like that became a term, you know. Yeah. But that's definitely, I mean, that is the future of music for sure. I mean, we don't like I am very thankful to be in a position where I have great studios I can work out of and all that, which I like to do. I like to go into a cool studio, and, you know, I'm not going to say no.
Do you think a cool studio is more inspiring? Or you can do the same, you can achieve the same level of quality in the bedroom? It's
almost never better in my experience. There are some studios that are very special, and well, I guess, let me put it this way. There's some studios that I really want to work in, but my setup is still going to be my laptop and my little interface.
Or an Apollo.
Yeah, my little Focusrite. I still have my original. I don't use it anymore unless I'm like I need an extra one or I'm traveling. But I love that thing. Like that is you know, you need to be able to capture stuff instantly and fast and right when it hits you, and be very like automatic about it, and just not have to question that too much. So
you have a really cool philosophy we spoke about a little earlier.
Yeah.
Because I've been in rooms and writing sessions where you have the first idea, but they're like, okay, let's come up with 2-3 more. Yeah. And it's like really sometimes annoying because like fuck, like I really like that. Yeah. The one we already have, but they're just like, let's be safe and have like multiple to choose from. I like your philosophy in the sense that like that first one that's from your spirit, like your gut, and you like to just like really lean into that and like amplify that. Like why is that?
Yeah, man, there's a lot of reasons. I think first and foremost, the reason I like to be very like, I would say, I guess automatic is the word I like to use about it, is because Well, it makes the song happen.
Right.
First off, which is, it seems dumb, but that can be really difficult to actually to make the song go from idea to like full finished song. You need to remove the barriers that are in place, and a lot of people. I mean, me for a long time, I really struggled with how to get from that, because everyone's always excited when you start the song, and then you're like, okay, well, I'll sit on it and I'll come back to it in a week, but it dies. Like the magic there's a shelf life, and the magic will die out. The original.
How long is that?
Man, it can be
for you, like in your experience. How long what is that gray area?
I guess
before you hate it?
It depends. Like there's not a firm time for me, but I know it when I feel it, and I try.
So it's all feel.
It's all feel, and I try to be respectful to the time that I'm trying to get better at when I'm focused on a song. I full focus on that song, and then the second I am done with that song, I don't listen. I don't listen to it. No,
throw it away.
No, I don't throw it away, but I wait until the next day,
fresh ears,
the next day, or if I know, dang, I'm going on tour or something, and I need to come back to this. Like I have to come back to this later. If you really have to do that, like I try not to put that time in between it if I can help it, but if I have to, I just remove it from rotation. I don't listen to it, so that when I come back to it, I can resume without having it have gone like stale, I guess, in my mind.
And you think you have a good gauge now? Like, okay, I have about 45 more minutes on this hook before I hate this whole song.
I mean, kind of, like honestly, I'm trying to get better at just when I start working on that song for the day, see through till I go to bed of what I can do on it. And it's a really nice way of working, and I enjoy doing that because I get it. By the time I go to bed, I know I'm like, I want this to be in a place where I'm satisfied with what I did on it today. And I would honestly say like some of the stuff from the new, not from necessarily some of the stuff from this last EP, but from the next project I'm working on, some of the songs really have only been actively worked on for 48 hours or so.
Damn, and then you don't touch it for a while.
It's like the day, the demo was made on one day.
You do a lot of like writing camps.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram, I always see you somewhere. And I'm like, all right.
But that's such a great way to make music because you get everyone in a place and you feel the moment and you get everything you can out in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a really good, like, it almost forces everybody to be in a headspace of like, we need bangers. And that's all the chemicals are literally just like...
They're firing. And
rather than just like a homie coming over and it's like, all right, we'll do whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you need, like, when you put everyone in that position, you get everyone in a very collaborative environment with a unified goal of like, we need bangers. And you also set a time limit, which can be really helpful.
True.
You say like, well, look, we got this beautiful place and we're out in the desert in Joshua Tree or in the mountains, whatever. And we only have it for 4 days. So we have 4 days. Like, let's go.
Let's run it.
And you hit the ground running and you make 8-9 songs, and when you see those things through, and instead of being like, okay, this is a cool idea, let's come back to it later, you go, this is a great idea, let's write to it, let's arrange it, let's make it a song. That's when really good stuff happens, and then you get it out there, and then you can come back and listen to that song later and go, actually, gut reaction, let's change this. But if you never get that out, if you don't get the demo, then it'll never. Yeah, getting the real song.
Or at least like it'll change because then you come back the next day and you feel so different.
Yeah, or you feel which is fine. You can always change stuff, but I'm trying to get better at getting a something made. A full thing that I could listen to and then have full context to give like feedback on to myself. Like, oh, actually, now that I'm listening to this whole song, I would prefer this here and this there. But if you have a 30-second loop, there's nothing to do with that, but it's like, you're just like, oh, I have to finish it. I'll finish it, and then I'll add this and this. And I used to do that all the time. So that's why I'm like, I try to be more strict with myself now. And
do you like working with people more than you like writing yourself?
It depends.
Or like making a beat, even just like a...
Super depends on the day, the time in my life, the type of beat, the person. Like, it really depends. But I love collaborating with people. and I also love working alone. Like there's benefits to both, and some songs call for different things. And where collaboration is amazing is when you get stuck.
And then they have something.
And they have something they can immediately pick it back up. Like we produced a song that is going to come out at some point soon, and like that was amazing because I think that day, honestly, if I had just been alone, I would have like I would have made something, but I didn't have it in me that day. I wasn't like feeling it. So that's a really great opportunity to like sense that in myself and say, okay, now it's time to tap in a friend.
Yeah, let's
get a homie in, because then it's energizing.
Let's see what's going on.
It's energizing, you know, like people.
Dude, I love that song.
I do too.
We'll play a clip of it.
It's a crazy song, and like
the outro is my favorite.
It's so cool. It's so cool,
dude.
It's so sick. But you brought like energy into the room that I didn't have that day, which was amazing, and had a great time and made a great song. And then some days when I have that energy and I know that I need to be like a bullet train, and I just need to get it done, and I want to do it, and then it's time for me to work alone. So it depends. It really depends. But
you recently dropped a song with Healy.
Yeah.
Fucking banger.
Thank you.
Who's like another artist that you could like potentially just is like one phone call away that you would love to like have on a track with you, or
I'd love to have,
or someone that even if you I don't know later down the line, like who's like your dream artist you could.
Oh, man, I have a whole list. I'm not even kidding. I have
pull it out.
Let's see. I'm gonna have an entire list.
What?
Of course, dude. I mean,
of course I'll pull it out.
Well, oh, dude, there's so many people on this list, honestly.
Give me the top 5.
I mean, look. Oh, actually, I would love to work with. It's not in order.
Names.
It's Papa Rod. You know Papa Rod?
What?
He's sick. He's awesome. There's one song I'll play for you. And I heard this.
I trust your judgment.
He's so sick. I'd love to have him on a track. I love. I mean, we said Toro y Moi. Like,
oh my goodness,
bro! I would love.
I feel like y'all's song would. Wow, that would be crazy. I also feel like people gatekeep their likes and their followings and stuff now. It's like, I don't want my ratio to be off, so I'm not just gonna be following.
I guess, man. I think what I worry about more than anything is making cool stuff, and I think that like if that is where my energy is focused, is I want to make high quality stuff that like I would, if I found it, I would be excited about it. The more that you direct yourself at that, I think everything stems from that. And I've seen that happen with my music, and I feel like if I apply that to things like social media and to live shows and just to everything, if you just stop and you take a step back and you go, like, is this actually, am I fucking with this? Is this cool?
Do I like it?
Do I like this?
I want to sell it?
Yeah. Do I like the product before I'm trying to sell it? And if the answer is yes, then you're on the right path.
Yeah, because if you like it, there's about 10 million people that will fuck with it too.
And just because
all you really need is 7,000 diehards to really make a living off of this.
Truly, man, you need 1,000 like for real diehards to make a living every
that'll
year.
Like buy everything.
That'll buy your shit. That'll buy your merch and listen to your songs. And people forget that, and it's very important to remember that, and to remember that like some people are like discouraged, like, oh, I only have 1,000 Instagram followers. That like imagining 1,000 people in front of you. Dude, if you have a show with 1,000 people at
that's a great ad.
That's a great.
I'm shitting bricks in the green room before I go on stage.
Yeah, and we're playing shows for like 300 people, which still is a lot of people.
Bro,
there's a lot of people.
300 heads is like way.
300 heads, like there's a lot of energy in that room. So I think it's really easy to just like grace over the numbers and be like, whatever. Like you need 50,000, 100,000 followers.
Right. The familiarity concept of like, because you see either your peers or somebody is like, damn, this motherfucker's got like 20K followers, and you feel like you're not doing as much, but like you got 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of people.
Dude, and I think it's funny, I think sometimes about how I would have felt as a musician, or how what it would have been like to be a musician before all this data was so readily available.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's moments where I might feel like, I just posted some shit that flopped, or something like the data is telling me to maybe not feel amazing
Right.
about, or it's, you know, or it's like, just, even though I know I should feel good about it, something's like, oh, this number went down or whatever. But I try to put myself in the shoes of, like, if I were a musician 30 years ago, and like the last memory I had of people reacting to my music was like an insane show we just played. Because all the shows,
was live.
Dude, all the shows we played, like the response has been amazing. We've had great, there's so much to target on and think about that's so positive, and like, this is something's working here. So for like this week to the numbers lower than last week,
who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
You
it's
still
like,
make good shit,
bro. Who gives a shit? And also, like, those things change so quickly. Like, you could be popping off tomorrow off some
and then
random
die off
or
next week.
Yeah, and
yo, that's actually so true.
And that's what I'm
People
saying.
come up so fast and they fall off.
They
so
come
fast.
up fast, and it takes. I think what people don't realize is the people who come up really fast and stay up there. They didn't just randomly. They were grinding for years before.
Victoria Monet.
Yeah, bro. Like,
bro, I guess I didn't know her history, but she's been in the game for so long, and I think she's like 32 or something right now. Just got her first.
Yeah.
All her flowers are given to her like this year.
Yeah.
And so it's like, damn, like.
It happens all the time. People don't realize.
All the time.
But the people who have that moment and then they stay there, like, I'm telling you, all those people.
I think she'll stay there. I think she's got so much in her belt.
Her and all the people who do stay there, I'm telling you, they have all put in so much more work than people realize.
Damn,
and
that's
like,
fire.
But that's what it's about. Like, and you do have to keep putting yourself out there to try to have, you know, I guess, like, you know, artists are treated a lot like lottery tickets these days, but the thing is what they really are is like.
That's great.
Yeah, they're I mean, people, like, really, labels are treating artists like a lottery ticket. They're treating them like angel investors would. They're putting instead of artist development and being like, we know we can make this artist amazing. Right. They're just saying, like, let's just throw 30 artists into the mix, and I know one of them's going to do. One of them's going to pop. We just need one.
It's so shitty. The industry is scary, bro.
It's a little, that's frightening, but it's also, it's like, I think if you can put your focus as an artist towards making sure that, like, you're in every round of the, like, just
like every era that
you're like there, you are there, and you're showing up and you're making quality shit, dude, that people, like, beyond social media, like, friends are telling their friends about.
Yeah,
that's always for me been that's the songs that, like, hold the most meaning to me, and the artists that, like, I remember when I discovered that song, it is always because, like, a friend, like, showed it to me, and so there's someone championing, like, the music. Right. So my goal is just to make stuff that, like, people really want to show their friends.
Yeah, I want to show my girlfriend this.
Like,
song.
I want to show the homies. Like, dope. I want to put this on right now. This fits the vibe. I want to, like, you know, I don't have to make the TikTok about it. Someone else wants to make. They want to make the TikTok about it. You know, like,
someone else is, like, reviewing it, and it's just like, wait.
Yeah, it's like I
haven't done any promo for this.
I mean, dude, I had that happen. Like, that's like a huge part of my, like, why I'm here right now is, like, that Inside of My Eyelids, like, had I didn't know him.
That's your biggest song.
That's my biggest song. Yeah.
Where's it at right now in stream wise?
Like, closing in on 25 million.
No. Yeah, that boy's
which is sick, bro. But, like,
that boy is upstairs,
and, like, that's huge. And, like, that, honestly, that happened because of social media, because of TikTok. But it, like, was just a kid who, like, was a, you know, playlist influencer. Like, he's Daniel Mena. He's a really sick dude. Yeah. Really cool, like, artist and great taste in music. Makes really cool videos. But he just I didn't have a TikTok.
He made it for you.
I didn't have a TikTok.
Or he made the video.
He made the video. But, bro, when I saw the streams go up, I did not know what was happening. I did.
Where is this going?
No, I didn't. I hit up a friend who's really, like, you know, he's a social media, like, marketing guy, and he, like, had a TikTok, and I didn't have a TikTok account. I was like, help me. Where is it? I think this is probably.
Where's my music?
Like, I know enough about TikTok to know this is probably from TikTok.
Yeah.
But where is this? And so.
That's so fire.
But, like, and that's fire, and that's a lot of that is luck. But, like, a lot of luck.
It is luck.
It's luck, but it's like luck is
still energy.
Luck is like putting if you put yourself in the situation to get lucky enough times, you'll get lucky. If you make really good music, like, it'll happen more and more and more.
There's like things that can just happen naturally.
Yeah, like and I'm not saying, like, I'm not like, oh, I make the fucking best music ever. But,
no,
like,
it's very good music.
I appreciate that, but it just, my mind is always towards making better music.
Right.
That's like fucking Mr. Beast, like his main thing is he just wants to make better videos.
Yeah.
Like you ask him,
look at it, the caliber of Mr. Beast videos.
that's what I'm saying, bro. But like people don't.
This dude's feeding
But like
all of Africa.
people are asking Mr. Beast. They go, what, like Mr. Beast, biggest YouTuber of all time, one of the biggest, like just biggest personalities like on the internet in the world right now. He gets asked, what do you want in a year from now and 5 years from now? His only answer is make better videos. And like I love that because it's like it's not like I want to be the biggest, I want to have this many subscribers, I want to do this, and like those are all like I'm sure internally those are goals.
Right.
But like the core of it all is he wants to make better videos. Like I want to make better music.
So that's your answer as
That's
well,
my answer.
relatively?
Like there's a lot of things I want to be doing in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, a year from now, 2 weeks from now.
But none of it will happen unless
you make better music.
That's
like it
fire.
all comes from that.
What is like a very niche, but also just something that worked for you in terms of advice that you would give an aspiring artist that wants to make music as a living
Yeah.
without like hating it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, dude.
you don't have to you don't have to sell out.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
still stay true to what you love, what you want to make.
Oh man, I think like, dude, I'll be honest, like there's a part of this that I think like you really just have to have it in you, that like you have to be so much to do this or honestly a lot of creative pursuits as a living. You have to be like a lot more than just passionate. You kind of have to be obsessed with it.
Yeah.
You really have to like
100%.
You really have to like I have there have been a lot of moments where I sacrificed doing something else that most other people would want to do.
For sure.
To make music and to do like what I wanted to do. And I really don't know if I would have made those choices if it wasn't what I wanted to do.
Right.
Because like at the end of the day, it wasn't like, oh, I really want to do this thing.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna discipline myself and do that.
Right,
I'm sure that can work.
Yeah.
I didn't have that discipline. I just had this like raw desire,
the eagerness.
I was like, I honestly like at the end of the day, like that sounds cool. I want to do this. I want to sit in my room and I want to make fucking music and I want to like, I want to craft this thing. I'm almost there. I just need this part. Like that's what I think.
The obsession is really important.
Yeah, and you can't let it like it can go too far for sure. Like no,
you fuck up your relationship,
dude. I think I guess a piece of advice that like I have very much internalized and has been really helpful for me is your life reflects your art.
Right.
So
wow. Yeah.
Like in your art reflects your life, but your life will also reflect your art. They are both.
Yeah, it's a two-way.
It's a two-way street. They're a mirror of each other. And so if your life is too much sitting in your room and obsessing about the music,
it will translate.
It'll translate, and your music's gonna end up not being as good. So there are times when like part of the creative process is to step away and live and just live, bro. And just
that's
be
a
like,
bar and a half.
But like it's really true. Like especially
really good,
especially for like
I feel like I'm in church now.
I know, right? But like especially for like writing, like I find that for lyrics that's really important.
Yeah,
like production is sometimes I more want to I want to get in the cave and I'm
right. And just
but writing, like if you sit in your room all day, I have nothing to write about. You know, so
that you fucking bum. Like
I have
go
nothing.
Stare at a tree.
I have nothing to write about, so it's very important to have balance in life, in art, in everything. Like you need that obsession, but you also because I'm so obsessed with making good music. Yeah, I know that there are moments where I need to recharge, and this will be good for the music that I make in 2 days. But like I think today I need to do this.
Yeah. The one thing that I've noticed in this entire video, the entire time we've been sitting here, how aware you are of yourself as an artist and just as a person. And I think, and everything you're saying now in terms of like how it's a two-way street, it's a mirror of how your life and how it translates, it actually shows. Right? Like, because it's like, wow, you're not just like, this isn't something that you just practice to say on interviews. It's just like, no, this is like my life.
Sick.
Yeah.
You were talking, we took a break.
We took a break, sorry.
We
were talking about what advice you would give to aspiring artists I'm sorry, am I getting shot at? The idea of being successful in the music industry,
Yeah.
how
advice.
would you, what is like proper logistic goal
Well,
advice
I don't
you
know.
could give?
I mean, let's just say I don't know if I'm.
Not play by plays.
I don't know
but
if
you
I'm like
what saying?
the most qualified also to give this information. So take
With a grain of salt, guys.
take from it what you will. I mean, I think I have a long way to go in the music industry.
Right. But to say the least, you're living off of it full time right now.
Yeah.
Bro,
Huge.
that is massive, man. And I think that's the same. I don't want to discredit that, you know.
No, and I don't either. I think that's huge, and it took me a long time to get here, and I think it's, you know, I had jobs while making music.
Yeah.
Like there's no shame in that. Like you can totally. You can do other stuff to make money or do random stuff to scrape by. Like you do what you got to do, and everyone's journey is very different. In the music industry. There's people who, you know, came up super young or had, like maybe they did a lot of writing and they live off of those royalties, and now they do their solo thing, or people who like worked as an accountant for 20 years and now they make music. You know,
music
it's like it's
no, really,
you know, like there's so many different stories. And there's so many ways to do this full time, but I think I guess like some of the things that I do that I hope work out, you know, in the long term, and I think are good practices are, one, to just be like, to, again, like everything, there's a balance, to strike a balance between really giving in to like the artistic nature of things and really letting yourself like dive fully into to the art, and also having days where you are like really on your shit, and you know, I have lists of all the tasks I need to get done and the things I want to do, and I work in like 2-week chunks, and I'm like, I want to get these things done in the next 2 weeks, and then we'll reassess, and you know, having long-term goals that you're working towards, like being like, because I mean, honestly, there's something to be said about flying by the seat of your pants, and I kind of done that for a long time, and it works. Like, you know, if you just do something enough and you do it every day, you'll see some amount of success in it.
It'll work out.
But it's also very important, I think, especially at the point where I'm at, to have a long-term vision for what I want this to be, and what I want, how I want people to talk about my project and my music, and what I want it to look like, because that'll help inform my decisions now.
Right.
So that's very important. And then, you know, you like you eat what you kill. So like,
that's Ralph's.
I know, that's right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I love, like, that's a great
so
phrase.
fire.
It's a great phrase, and like it's very true. You know, if you stop.
Shout out Ralph Castelli.
Yeah, shout out.
He has a distro. I think it's a distro company called Eat What You Kill.
Yeah.
So tough.
Yeah, JV. I love his music, and a lot of respect for the dude. And yeah, you've worked. You worked with him, and. But yeah, like that sentiment, like you really, if you stop, you know, hunting, if you stop going after the thing that you want, you definitely won't attain it. If you go after
consistency, no matter what.
If you're consistent, you know, eventually something will happen.
It has to.
It has to.
Because someone's always watching.
Yeah.
And it's someone that's very not close to you.
And if you're consistent,
it's usually someone far away that fucks with your stuff way harder than people the closest to you.
You never know, man. If you keep putting stuff out there, like, it will find people. You also, though, you know, if you're doing something consistently that you see isn't working, and then you consistently do it for 10 more years, like, that's a bad idea. But like
2 + 2.
But like consistently trying to grow, which means like creating more, you know, honing your taste more, refining your vision, becoming better at what you do, reaching more people. If you do all of those things more and you do them consistently, then it will happen. Like everyone I know who has done that, it has worked out for them.
100%.
Like
same.
there's really there's no way for that not to work. And if something's not working, like, you don't just keep doing it. You try something new, and when you find a thing that's working, you keep doing it. You make changes, but yeah, if you keep doing it, there's no guarantee when it will happen, but like something will happen.
Yeah, and what you were saying earlier of like your obsession towards it, you would never have to worry about, damn, it's been so long and no one's really fucked with me.
No.
But because you're so obsessed, you're not even, there's no time gauge. You're just like in it.
Yeah.
At all times.
Exactly. And that's, I mean, dude, the notion of like, I really don't like, I don't enjoy taking. There's a difference between, I think, like taking some time away, like taking a week to like, you know, if you're with family or you're so, like, and like maybe just tapping a little bit, work on something a couple hours. That's fine. Like there's again, you know, you have to live life.
Yeah.
But the idea of like really removing myself from the art and not creating for extended periods of time, like
that's too long.
Terrifies me. Like,
also, I feel like the industry, people are coming up so fast.
Yeah.
So many people want these positions that if you took 6 months off, 5 other artists took your potential spots already.
Yeah.
Like it's like this. There's this weird like, I don't know.
There's something to be said about like not letting that get in your head too much, because
it should be there.
It should be there.
Of like, hey,
it should be there.
This is still a game. You know what I'm saying?
It is, and like you have to remain consistent to yourself, but also like to the fans and to the industry, and I don't think that's something that should. I think honestly, if that's something that scares you, this like
don't do it.
This might not. You maybe need to rethink how you're approaching this, because I think if you're doing something you really love to do, that won't scare you, and it will the opposite. The opposite will scare you. Not doing that is terrifying. Like that's my worst nightmare. It's like not being able to do this.
That's fire.
And like 2 years go by and I haven't put out a song, or 3 years, and like. And I think there's some, again, this is just me. Like
I mean, but
D'Angelo went away for like 10 years and then came back with the best album I've ever heard in my life. You know, so it's
this
like.
This dude lived.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like.
I guess it's a formula you have to make for yourself.
Yeah, it's everyone. You should, great advice is you should listen to your own advice as well.
Yeah.
I think it's
well, that's actually great advice.
But it's like people sometimes lean too much on what they've heard everyone else is doing that's working for them.
Yeah.
And they haven't paid attention to what their own process has told them. Mm-hmm. And both are important, because there are people who've been doing it way longer than me, who have great advice and like really have helped me like know what I should be thinking about and what path I should be trying to walk. But it's like at the end of the day, I am gonna understand the way I work better than someone else. So like I used to think it was like, it's such a weird example, but I used to think it was so goofy when artists wanted like, you know, weird shit in the green room, or like they're like, I only want blue M&Ms, like type of beat, you know, like, or really
I need yo-yos,
like, or I need I need like 8 yo-yos, and I need to meditate for 9 minutes and 34 seconds like before the show. Like that stuff is goofy still, but I honestly have a lot more respect for it. Like the longer I do this, the more I realize like if it works, just do it. Like
just
if it works, it works.
Just do it.
Like if I don't care if it's some weird superstition. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not like pissing people, like don't be a dick to people.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
I think that's where it
draws the line, and where you start getting like mad at other people. But like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like if you have this thing, you're like, damn, every time I do this and I put myself in this situation, like I think this is my best work. Like I feel like this is my best work. Keep doing it. Don't listen to what anyone else is saying. Like
that's great.
Take your own advice as well as other people's advice. You know, who are like.
And then formulate your own after reevaluating your shit.
It's balanced, man. You gotta take a little from here, a little from there, and then you're gonna like. Things are gonna happen too, where you're like, oh, I wasn't even remotely thinking I should do this, and this worked out great.
Sometimes things happen on accident, man, and you just kind of roll with it.
Take advantage of them. They just, if it doesn't matter if it's on purpose or an accident. It just, if it works out well, kind of.
It matters that it worked.
It matters that it worked. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I wanna. You have a couple songs.
Yeah. So
unreleased.
Yeah,
some little snippet, drippets.
We have one that we made.
Yes.
And then
you have one that you made.
I have one that I made. Yeah. No. So I guess I can give some context for where I'm at, project-wise.
Yeah.
I just released an EP.
Right.
Which I love.
What's it called? Characters.
Called Characters. And
go listen right now.
Go stream
immediately.
Wherever available right now. Pause. Go stream.
Yes.
Come back.
Yes.
No, but. I love the project. I made all the artwork with my mom, which is another like big.
Dude, the artwork is sick.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Sick.
I mean, again, that's something that like I think you want to try to lean into the stuff that makes you and your art your
100%.
art, and like I think that for cover art, it just felt so obvious that I would like. Yeah, I've been making stuff with my mom forever, so
That's dope.
I
love the family dynamic too.
It's fun, bro, and she's
like,
an
you can
insane art.
implement
Like,
that.
bro, it's like cheating. I'm like, it's a
Yeah,
it's a cheat code. I'm like, I mean, I seriously, I'll show it. Like, I make like a really rough sketch. I say we collaborate, but I make a really rough sketch and then I send it to my mom,
it to life.
and she just makes it real, and it just turns it into like the whole thing.
What would you do without a mother?
I don't know. I shout out to my mom. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out
She's
Mother
amazing. She's great.
Delegations.
Yeah, she's she's an incredible artist, and so yeah, made all the artwork with my mom. The songs were kind of made all while I was in LA over the last 2 years, year and a half.
Yeah.
It took a while to make this EP. I'm getting faster as we go,
Good.
which is important to me. I want things to feel more reflective of where I am now and not where I was
in
2
this
years
moment,
ago.
right.
You know.
Right.
But I love these songs, and but like I have been making. I mean, I probably have 10 or 11, 12 maybe unreleased songs that are in the chamber. I don't know if they'll all be on the next like project, but some might be some singles.
But this one's one that you're...
Both of these are gonna be on the next project.
On the outside.
On the project.
It'll
So,
be outside. Let's listen
I
to
sent
it.
you, this one's called Haymaker.
This one's Haymaker?
Yeah. And we played this one live a couple times just for
I think
fun.
we played it once.
For one
or twice.
We played it twice, just for fun.
It's so fun.
We was just for fun. It was fun. It was a good one.
All right, let's hear it. Okay.
Yeah. If I ever catch my breath, I'll be running down back to you. And if my punches still connect, I won't be down and out on you. Yeah, I'ma give 'em all up. I'm gonna give 'em all up. Gonna give 'em all up. Hope it goes well. They hit back, I can't tell. I'm coming through my bed for the hold up. The course wasn't really clear when you called up.
Yeah,
cool.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
We'll let 'em- 'cause-
That's fire.
Thanks, man. It's
Need it out
simple.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And this one,
it's very simple. I like it. Yeah, this one we made.
this one's, Dave and I made this.
Yeah. This was fun.
We'll play you, what will we play them? Intro, first hook.
Oh, the ending's so crazy.
Should we do?
Should we just not show them the ending, but they'll just like
Yeah,
they
you'll
to
have
listen.
to listen.
The ending's so cool.
Ending's a fucking.
I don't want to
crazy.
like overhype it.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like, I mean, it's it's just music, but
For the first hook,
like-
yeah.
it's like
It's whatever.
Like,
it's cool.
Like yeah.
Really wanna say, no, it's been a real long time. It's been in a state of mind. Look for a reason why. I went a real long way, back of a real long line. Maybe it's a waste of time. Maybe we could waste more time. 'Cause I need you, I wanna see you around. I feel you
love that.
That's sick. I just remember you were like, I just want that like tom. I want that tom.
Bro, that floor tom, it took forever to find, and then Dave was like, let's reverse it or whatever.
It worked. That one worked out nice. That was a fun one.
That's fun. DLG.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here,
Dude,
man.
of course.
This was great. Thanks for putting us on some game and just.
I think
I personally like. There's some artists that I know and like, am fans of. Like, I wish I heard their story. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I think. Yeah, I really appreciate you being here.
Dude,
thank you.
This was
really
sick.
fun.
This was very fun.
It's been, also the weather. The weather's just been like
crazy.
sunny, windy.
It's like sun,
like
shadow, fucking leaves flying out of the
rain.
trees. Dude, it started. Did you not? It was raining at one point.
Yeah, I think the fucking trees.
Or the tree was
But
pissing. Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Fuck yeah.
Let's wrap.
I wouldn't use Vito's bathroom for business days.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
And then that's where it
Yeah,
ends.
thank you.